Hello, everyone. Welcome to these timeless oracle messages. My name's Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. Very warm welcome to any of you who may be new. I trust that whenever you find these messages, you will be supported by the child of light that resides within you. So, we're going to get right into it. You will see from the thumbnail an image. So just take some time before you uh, pick a pile, pick a pile. Take some time to sit with that image and really get grounded by placing your feet on the ground, hands on your belly. Take a few deep breaths in, maybe place a hand on your heart, and really be open to receiving the guidance from the child that lives within, that is here truly to experience a life worth living. So, anything else before we get into it? If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do take a moment to do so. It helps me a lot. And I actually, for anyone that subscribes and for any subscribers that comment on any of the content at any time, you will be entered into a monthly draw and your name will stay in there. So you will be entered into a monthly draw for a reading or a sound bath, whatever I am intuitively guided to give that month, the giveaway of the month. So it's worth it supports us both. So thumbs up and comments are greatly supportive as well. So that's it for that. Any other information you need, you can find in the description box below. So, we're working with the Everyday Wisdom Oracle, messages from Spirit, the Sacred Path Oracle, and the Animal Wise Tarot for these messages. And they are guided by the child of light that lives within you. And they're intended to support you on the healing, um, wherever you are on your healing path. So, if you were guided to the left pile, and it says you see it as I see it, it's the left pile. If you were guided to that pile sitting in the beautiful fuchsia, here's your message. Your prayers, I'm hearing, have been answered. And this really feels like a time where you are being guided to leave the past behind, to really move forward faithfully, trusting that you are here for divine purpose, trusting that your whole journey to this point has been worth it. And the best is yet to come. The abundance I'm hearing is yet to come. And it really feels like it would be a great time for you to do some chest opening exercises. And it can be as simple, truly, as rolling your shoulders back and down, allowing your shoulder blades to slide down your back. And that simple act really opens up the heart space, because the tendency for all of us is to really sort of round through the shoulders and to protect our heart. And yet, when you are here on the sacred path of service, the sacred path of the healing of your heart, it's all about the opening and then the integration through each step to allow your heart to remain open. It's a number 6, it's a 24, but 2 plus 4 comes to 6. This is really, again, about your path of purpose, your path of healing. 6 is the house of Virgo. It's really this beautiful, mothering, divine, feminine energy that is rising in you at this time, and really rising in service to the sacredness of your soul's essence within the physical vessel. So this is a choice point. It feels and the choice is, are you going to continue to delay your own healing? Don't do it. Or are you going to continue to make choices that support your expansive healing? And the expansive healing really welcomes in this energy of revival, the thriving, and now this is what your experience is meant to be. Know that when you talk to God, I just like to refer to it as conversations with God. And and when you do that, it's really important for you to know that you have been heard. And it's up to you to follow the inner nudges that you are receiving, and that requires some downtime. So prayer and meditation, one is active and one is passive. This is the fine balance that um, we are here to experience, and it's all experienced within the vessel. So, yeah, really listen within, ask for the help, be open to receive, and follow the guidance that you are given. The nudges, the inner, the intuitive hits, trust all of that, because the sacred power you are coming into and really integrating, not coming into because you are, it feels like you have been on this journey for a while. It's more about really opening up to, excuse me, the words I'm hearing is the Christic self, the light of the Christ that resides within your modern day experience. You are the modern day mystic, and you are connected to divine intelligence. You are divine intelligence. In fact, as we come into human form, it's kind of like, no offense, it's kind of like a dumbed down version of, as we go through the years, it's like this dumbed down, numbed down version of the expansiveness of who we are through the recognition and the awakening to the light of Christ that resides within all of us. So that's beautiful confirmation. So it really feels like at this time, it's really about a refinement of your spiritual practices, your daily. I was adding devotional and daily. Your daily devotional walk with your heart, your daily devotional walk with your soul's essence. And what can you do? It's the little things that we do, the little ways that we show up for ourselves that really reap huge dividends in the long run and short term. It's all about the ease in the experience, the modern day experience, whatever's going on. And so let's get a message from your higher self. All who are connected to you, loved ones, angels, through God, the conscious creator of the entire experience, our creator, loving and kind, source, God. Ah, trust. Trust. Trust in everything that you're going through. Trust, although it may have been a rather painful process, it's all it's all so worth it. It's being a part of your healing journey. And at this time, it really feels like your higher self is really coming in to your experience. And it's about the daily devotional stuff, is how you can support the integration, because you are holding um, the absolute highest frequency of light that you came here to anchor in as the seed of heaven on earth, as the child who experiences heaven on earth. And yes, perhaps it feels as if we've walked through the fires of hell, and we have in this realm. And yet you are the child of light who has come to free themselves from all the trauma and fright. Trust your unique process. You are growing beautifully so. And it's that divine feminine spiral, really working with that energy, getting to nature for your devotional time, because ultimately that is the most supportive. That is the integration point of heaven to earth. And so we grow in nature just like, the animals and the trees and, the waters, all of it. We are one with all of it. And we are so supported through the connection to um, the natural world. We're in our element when we're in the natural world. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can read this. Excuse, I have to turn this way because the light's kind of coming that way. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternate path. Out of the head into the heart, grounding to Mother Earth through your heart and the soles of your feet. This is sacred. This is the work you are currently doing, and thank you so much for that. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. Absolutely. It's never the safe path that leads to the new riches, the abundant, the abundant gifts that we are meant to receive. So trust that everything is unfolding for purpose. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Uh, and your focus is truly meant to, oh my gosh, focus is meant to be on you and your modern day experience because you have great purpose. 12:12 on the clock as the swans come up. The eternal beloved, you are here in service to your eternal soul, and that is the mission upon which your soul set these evolutionary growth goals. The temperance card. This is all about, the archangel support, the healing journey, knowing that where you are in the present moment is exactly where you're meant to be. And it feels as if when I have a very strong connection, an intimate connection to swans, and they always speak about a love that lives on. And that can be really understood in two ways: the love of the eternal soul, which you are here in service to, anyone who's guided to this channel, to me, to the messages, you are here in service to the greatest and highest good of humanity. And your service, first and foremost, is your healing. And so it could mean that. It does mean that. And it could also very well, and particularly that this came out at 12 of 12, that number is very significant to me, the 12s and the 21s. And this can be about the love of someone that you shared space with here on Mother Earth who has transitioned to the higher realms with a greater expanded awareness and understanding of the human condition, the human experience. And if that's the case, this is like a kiss of love from the beloved and a message of unconditional love. And trust the new dreams, the new realms, the new direction your life is taking. And take the time that you need to anchor in and to um, continue the healing. I don't know that it ever ends. At where I'm sitting, sharing, it hasn't ended yet, and yet there's so much um, unfolding, and there's so much excitement and wealth and prosperity and advancement is the word that I just hear. heard, currently present. So I trust that those messages resonated for you. Thank you so much for being here. Please do let me know in the comments down below how your message felt to receive. And so now we are on to the center pile. Let me just take a sip of some water here. Okay, so if you were guided to the center pile, here are your messages. Oh, beautiful. Ceremony number 6. The first pile had 24, which came to a 6. So again, this is very important. It streams beautifully from the left pile's messages. Hi, Luna. Do you want to come over? Come here. Okay. Um, Flows beautifully, really speaking about the sacred walk that you are here experiencing. And it feels like there's more, whether at the beginning of your spiritual awakening or many years into your spiritual awakening, this feels like a new beginning. And this feels like a time, perhaps a reminder to you as to what is sacred. And the question that's coming in is, what does sacredness mean to you? And how do you show reverence for the sacred experience? So it could be perhaps, I know I haven't had a beautiful wood fire in a long time, and yet there are other ways that we can bring the sacred into our daily life. In fact, there are a myriad of opportunities within each day to bring more sacredness. And so this feels that the big message coming through is that as you continue to develop your self care routines and your personal practices, it's really important that you not only focus on the physical, you focus on the eternal soul, the spiritual essence within you that has come for growth. You are here for soul growth. You're a human here for soul growth of the eternal soul and the collective causal body of God. And we are here to experience the cause and effect, if you will. And we are also the balance point of the cause and effect as we break free and clear karmic cycles and really move into and fully integrating upon the spiral of grace. So, um, working with fire as well. I'm reading the card here, um, and it's really saying that you are guided at this time to create rituals and ceremonies in your life that honor what is sacred, whether it's creating an altar, lighting a candle, burning some sage or incense, having a fire, and doing a ceremony where you write stuff down and burn and release, and just to clear that energy. It's really about, it's the final 3 words here are purification through dedication. And it can be purification with fire, it can be purification with water, it can be purification with sound, all of these things, whatever supports you to feel more ease in your experience, whatever supports you to get up and show up for yourself each and every day. And perhaps there's a down day, and that's okay too. It's the willingness to continue to show up for you. And that's what this 6 energy is all about, right? That Virgo energy, health, family, home, taking care of the home front. And um, your health is a priority. Aligning through your spine, feeling at ease in your body, at ease in the experience. What was the experience? What is going to be the experience? Because the best is yet to come. From the Sacred Power Oracle, your card is Exploration. Yeah. What makes you feel good? This feels like there's Archangel Michael is working very closely with you, and that's this blue energy. What is your truth? And one of the messages, I don't have the book here, but I did um, share it on social media today. A message that came through. The first sentence in the message was, Truth restores inner balance. And so there feels to be a need, this is a part of your healing, right? At this time where you are being called to honor your truth. And when you do, pathways open up, you become more powerful in your light, you become more grounded, more discerning. And so this is a time of exploration, the exploring the inner landscape of your experience and working with whatever there is at your disposable. You aren't disposable. Working with whatever's at your disposal, the abundant spiritual toolbox that you have at your fingertips. Love surrounds you. As much as this feels like a very powerfully masculine energy, I do feel this beautiful, soothing energy of the divine feminine. That's that six energy, that Virgo, that mothering, the nurturer. This is what you are being asked to be for you. Self care isn't selfish. That is a foolish, that's a blatant lie that we have been taught externally. Self care is sacred and it's a requirement. It's like the daily discipline and practice. And I know we have a tendency to uh, get all uncomfortable with discipline, yet, you know, discipline, devotion, dedication, this is really what we're here for. And we're growing when we're practicing. If you're guided to listen to this message, you are doing great. Keep going. This just feels like there's it's a it's a it's an exploratory process as you refine your practices. Of course, nature supports the transformation, the metamorphosis. Um, that divine feminine spiral again is coming in through here. And we've got this beautiful butterfly, and we have this fern in the throat chakra area. There's so much growth. This blue butterfly, so much growth. Keep going. And I know it's you know, it's like, is it ever gonna end? No. Do you want your life to end? No. We are eternal souls. We live on. And while we're here, our soul lives on. And while we're here, we're really supposed to reach out and grab life um, by the toes. I'm hearing, babies on their back, baby pose, holding their toes and rock. That is what we're here for. We are here for soul growth. And we're at this point, this critical point in time on the planet. And again, whenever you're viewing it at the time of recording, it is the 2024. Yet, whenever you get to this, we're still in this growth process, right? Like 20, humanity has undergone huge transformations. And the most beautiful part of it is the spiritual awakening within the hearts of the children of God, of the children of creation. We are here to create a joyful, bountiful, magical experience of love. And it begins with caring for ourselves, and it's the small stuff. And we've so veered away from the small stuff, the simple pleasures, right? We are here not to eke out a living. We are here to live and experience abundance and thriving. And we do this together, not by feeding the external beast or the internal beast, right? Which is the mind and the grind and all of that. No, we are here for so much more than that, so much better than that. Except, go after the bliss, the path of bliss, because as we do it, we encourage others to do it, right? And the children that come along, we are here for the healing through all timelines, and yet in particular through our bloodlines, 7 generations back and forward. We are the embodiment, we are the balance point of that. So that is, that is divine responsibility. That's, that's sacred work. It's important to do. It matters what you do. The message on the card says, this is a time to absorb the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, body, and soul need nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend more quality time outdoors. Hug a tree. You don't have to, like, it doesn't have to be a big adventure. And, if you live in the concrete jungle, in an urban jungle, bring nature into your experience, into your home. Trust. Like nature, you are growing. And in nature, you grow. So let's see the animal guidance. It is the seven of four-legged. So pentacles, earth, rabbit. Proper use of cycles. And prosperity is what I'm hearing. And it's really funny because around here we have a lot of rabbits and I didn't see them for a long, long time. And all of a sudden, there's an abundance of them. They're everywhere. When I walk the dogs at night, we can encounter, I don't know, a couple handfuls of rabbits. And last night one hopped by and I was like, oh, Peter Cottontail. Um, so rabbits are really fertile and abundant, symbolizing new life. Um, and because it's the seven of pentacles, again, I don't know like what each major and minor arcana card means. Um, it's all intuition. This is about aligning through your spine, the physical vessel. Are you using like the time in the day effectively in support of what you're here to do, what you want to accomplish, what is you are being asked from within to do. So, or are you like squandering the time, wasting time, not really listening to the voice of the divine within your um, day-to-day experience? Because this is really feeling about the day-to-day, showing up for yourself every day, and using your power. You're not powerless, you are incredibly powerful. The ego wants to be like you to think you're powerful in a rah aggressive kind of way. The soul knows we are um, here to soften through our experience. And so, you know, really show up for yourself in the softening. Show up for yourself in this particular cycle um, of your life, in this particular cycle of your healing. So I trust that those messages resonate and make sense. Do let me know in the comments down below. I love hearing from you. And don't forget, when you comment and subscribe, you get entered into um, a draw for a session, a reading or healing session with me. So it supports us both, and I appreciate the energetic exchange. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to take a sip again. Okay. If you were guided to the right pile, here is your message. Oh, so just rolling off the last message again. We've got a 25, which is a 7. We are souls having a human experience energetically as a seed of consciousness, a spark of God, a spark of creation. There is no beginning or end. It is only within the physical that we have these experiences of touch, like that we have our senses, right? Touch, sight, smell, sound, taste. And it really feels like you are being guided to get in tune with your senses, and in particular, touch. It's like I'm feeling that you have healing hands, a healing touch. I'm also feeling like play, perhaps getting your hands in some dirt or some paint, finger painting, um, really supports the healing phase that you are currently in, and really supports the child, that playful child, that wise and wonderful child, very close to source, to come through your experience. The final uh, sentence on this card is, you are a healer. And in order to really step in to the role as a healer, you must be the feeler, not the one that feels everyone else's stuff. This is about the journey of alignment through the spine, the soul within the human, who is experiencing within this time. So it's like calling back. I'm feeling there's a bird that landed in the tree at the end of the second reading. And now it's like just hanging out there, like really wants me to see it. So I feel that a part of the message is pay attention to the messengers, and in particular the winged ones, the birds that come your way. Perhaps finding a feather is going to have significant meaning for you after you've watched this video, or perhaps just before you connected with a feather. This is a sign that you are on the right path. And it's really important for you that you take the time to really become, I feel like, you're an empath, and it feels like you're just beginning to wake up to the fact that you are an empath. And for too long you've been having this external experience where you're carrying, the bird just flew away. You've been having this external experience where you're just carrying all this stuff. You don't even understand why you feel the way you do sometimes. And I'm hearing because it's not you. And so there is a need for you to create some boundaries around yourself, and calling back, working with Archangel Michael, working with God, working with um, working with God and Archangel Michael, really calling back to you all those fragmented parts, those parts that have plugged into other humans, and clearing from you, cutting the cords of attachment to you where others have plugged into you, either knowingly or unwittingly, just, through passing. So this is really about you coming to understand that you are an empath, and working with God and Archangel Michael, um, to really find ways that support you. And, hematite, smoky quartz, black tourmaline, even black clothing is a great way for a young empath really to develop, and to really be able to become more aware and discern what is yours and what is the world's. And then really becoming powerful, taking responsibility for what is yours. I'm hearing calmer shores. Oh my gosh, how freaking beautiful is this? From the Sacred Path Oracle, you have sacred wisdom. This is the part of the image on the back. And this with the owl is the image on the guidebook and the box for the deck. So this is really, you are incredibly powerful. Thank you for all the beautiful work you do. And please know, from one incredibly powerful healer to another, I understand and know it hasn't been easy. Oh my gosh. In service to the eternal soul is not for the faint of heart, and it's not for the faithless. It's not for a weak. We didn't come here. You did not come here for a weak human experience. You came here to clear karma for generations, who came before and those who are yet to come. And that, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's big work. And a part of that work is clearing from your energetic experience all that is not in alignment with divine truth and the path of your soul. And you've had to have every experience that you have had to get you to this point where you are now. And you're doing great. Take some time. It really feels, I keep going back to this card, and that was after some um, uh, finger painting and stuff. Really take this time to play. Let the child come out and play. Color outside the box or outside the lines. Yeah, think outside the box. The heart, head, mind down into the heart. Heart mind is that spiral of grace. The head is really, you know, limited in its vision at this stage in 2024 of the human evolutionary. It's opening, we are expanding as we recognize the expansiveness of who we eternally are as energetic beings of light from loving source. So, speaking of loving source, this is so perfect. I love it. So now we've got a box in the heart. So it's like the head's moved into the heart. It's like a box. And now it's about the spiral. Okay, I've moved my head to my heart, Lisa. I got it. Head to heart, head to heart. Well, now it's like opening through the heart, opening that mind, opening the experience through the heart, not the head, because the head is fueled by or the ego is fueled by the head, or vice versa. The heart is the feeling of it all, right? The knowing of it all, that we are so much more than we've experienced or being told or being taught or anything like that. We are so much more. This really, I'm feeling like a bird's nest. And it feels like you are being asked to create this space, this nest, like a mother bird creates for the baby. That's that child that wants to come out and play. Create this really safe space so that child can come out and play. And after that child has played and been fed and nourished, that child goes to bed and rests their head with a happy little heart. Wash those dirty little feet before you get into bed. And yet, really allowing yourself to be, vulnerable to the enormity of the experience. And there may be, I'm just feeling like a great big wave of grief that wants to be released or is going to be released. And so if you experience that, don't hold back. I remember just recently, a couple months ago, I was just overcome. There was like 30 years of stuff coming up. I didn't even know it was still there, honestly. I've been at this a long time, and it came up and I was overwhelmed by the enormity of it all, like a tsunami, and I tried to hold it back because I didn't want to feel it. And then I heard, "No, child, let it go." And so I did, and I was out walking the dog. I walked around for an hour, like, crying, like sobbing and snot flying out of my nose. And at the end of that, wow, the release. So don't hold back. That's the message. Don't hold back. Let it all come out. You're safe. And you're safe, and you're creating space for the new, or the new, and then they're saying ancient, because I looked at the card again. New, the ancient wisdom to come through. The message on the card is, this is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory where decisions are based on intuition are based more on intuition than rationality. Yes. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. It's not, right? We've been taught that we need to be hard, strong, toughen up, like grow a pair, this kind of stuff. It's nonsense. We're here to soften, and you are doing the softening. I believe my son may be home, so this message we're going to hear some excitement too, perhaps when he comes in the door, the dogs, but we are here to the final card, so perfect timing. The King of Ancients, that ancient wisdom, fire, wands, cobra, sudden decisions and actions. You may be called, you are being called to make the decision to allow yourself to come out and play. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's okay. Do not get caught. Do not allow the mind to bite and to stop you from going forward at this time. Allow your heart to be your guide, and then know that you will not be, um, the truth has not yet been told. And it's like, hi, Jacob, has not yet been told. You are here to unleash the wisdom, the sacred wisdom and power of your eternal soul. So keep going. You're growing. And, the snake is this healing, this knowing that we outgrow situations and skin that we no longer feel comfortable in. So allow yourself to move through the discomfort. Show up for yourself as you do, play as you move through, and dancing and skipping and jumping and, exercise. These things can really support the shifting of stagnant energy at this time. And trust that you are being guided by the divine, and trust that you have important work here to do. You are a natural born healer, and all healing begins within you. So I trust these messages resonated. Please do let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, everyone, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you so much for being a part of this abundant experience of mine as we all begin to thrive through alignment. So until next time, take good care.